Hola, bienvenidos a otro episodio de Mi Primera Venta Podcast, un espacio en donde conversamos acerca de emprendimiento, estrategias de negocios, tecnología y herramientas digitales que nos ayuden a mejorar nuestro propio negocio. En esta oportunidad quiero conversar acerca de una herramienta digital que te ayuda a agrupar todo tu contenido en internet, sitio web, redes sociales, videos, artículos en un solo link que puedes colocar también en tus redes sociales. Hablo de Linktree, una plataforma que te permite tener todo el contenido que tengas disponible en internet en un solo enlace. Linktree te permite conectar con tu audiencia todo el contenido que tengas. Y bueno, para hablar de las bondades de esta herramienta para nuestro propio negocio, conversé con Jeremy Katzenstein, encargado del área de negocios y aliados potenciales de esta plataforma, quien se encuentra en Los Ángeles, California. Espero que disfruten este episodio y recuerden que si quieren escuchar más sobre cómo aumentar ventas online y offline, puedes suscribirte a este canal para más contenido. Si quieres participar en un episodio, puedes ir a nuestro Linktree en Instagram y llenar un formulario. Además, si quieres tener una asesoría personalizada sobre cómo mejorar tu presencia en redes sociales, puedes escribirnos en el formulario que también está en el link de nuestra cuenta Instagram @miprimeraventa. I would like to ask you about the history of Linktree. Where did this idea came from?
Sure. I Linktree was founded back in 2016, I believe, by our co-founders. It was two brothers, Alex and Anthony, and their friend Nikki, and they were working at and it still exists, this digital agency in Melbourne, Australia called Bolster, and they were working with music clients who wanted to promote multiple things from their Instagram, but they were only able to promote one thing at a time because Instagram only lets you put one link in there. So what they did was, because they were working with artists who wanted to promote their merch, they wanted to promote tour dates back when you were allowed to go on tour. They wanted to promote their new music and their newsletter and all that sort of stuff. And so they said, let's make a tool that artists can use to promote all of their content at the same time. So I think within a night, they had a prototype of Linktree, and they started using it just internally for their own clients. And I think they put it out into the world as well, just for anybody to sign up. And don't hold me to any of this 100%, by the way, because this is just what I've been told second and third hand about the story of Linktree. But basically, they put out the tool into the world, and then Alicia Keys signed up of her own accord. And from there, obviously, it got a lot more visibility, and the Linktree began growing and growing even more from there. And it's been all downhill since, in a positive sense of all downhill.
Jeremy, this is a podcast about sales. Due to COVID-19, many people have had to close their physical stores and are now wondering how they can continue to operate from their homes. How can Linktree help them to promote their businesses on internet?
So I would be remiss if I didn't plug Linktree for this, because I do really think it is a valuable solution in times like this. After artists started using Linktree, we've noticed a huge expansion in other types of people using Linktree, and that includes entrepreneurs, small business owners. We see retailers using it. We see property owners using it, health and wellness people, gyms, you name it. We have any and all types of folks. And what Linktree, where I think Linktree really excels, is it makes it really easy for anyone to have their own space on the internet. So people before COVID-19 who were, in mostly physical businesses, they didn't really need to care about their online presence very much, might not have focused so much on their social media profiles. They might not have thought about all the content that they're pushing because they were so confident in their in-person experience. But then obviously now that everything has been shut down and the experience is different from country to country, for instance, in Los Angeles, where I'm based, we're in the process of closing everything back down again because we got our reopening wrong, unfortunately. But we actually have organically seen a huge surge in signups for Linktree during this pandemic because people are trying to figure out how to move their businesses online. And for people who, might think a website is worthwhile but don't have the knowledge or the money to create a full-fledged website, Linktree has become a really great way to just build your own space on the internet, point to all of your priority initiatives in one place, be able to post it anywhere, and be able to get it up in 30 seconds in a way that a traditional website might not allow you to. Or for people who do have traditional websites, we've just become a way to augment that experience so that you're promoting your most focused initiatives in one place. I think one great example of this I've seen in the wild is with restaurants. I think I've seen a lot of restaurants, who weren't doing takeout orders before and stuff like that, creating Linktree so that they can link out to Grubhub and Postmates and Uber Eats and the different services that they might use to deliver food to customers, or also posting their menus online with a specific link to that in their Linktree. So yeah, I know I'm tooting my own horn here, but I definitely believe that Linktree is a really valuable tool at this time, just because it's so, at least our goal is to have it be as universally accessible as possible to make any type of person, whether you're very digital marketing savvy or if you're a beginner, to allow you to do business online.
So you guys are some kind of bridge between social media and the website or other platforms. But my question is, in the future, or do you think it will be able to do some kind of remarketing on the traffic on Linktree?
You
Yeah.
actually can do that right now. So one of the pro features of our platform is the ability to add a Facebook pixel to your Linktree. And what that'll allow you to do is you just put the pixel in there and you're able to create custom audiences for retargeting out of your Linktree traffic. So you can do that based on the people who click on just your Linktree link itself, or you can retarget the people who click on specific links in your Linktree. So for instance, if you are a beauty line and you have a link to your newsletter and you have a link to a new product, you could retarget only the people who were interested in your new product based on your Linktree traffic. So that's actually something that's currently available, but only through the Facebook ecosystem at the moment.
It's any way that an entrepreneur or a business can advertise their products or their services on Linktree.
I will just say that I'm not allowed to talk about it yet. I think there are exciting developments in that regard, but at the moment, I think something we do pride ourselves on is that there's no sort of, there's no situation where a brand would put an advertisement on your Linktree and you wouldn't know about it. But we are considering options in the future for how to kind of incorporate that more into our ecosystem in a way that's good for everybody.
So people can put their links, their platforms on Linktree. But my question is, do you help people to build their own website?
One of my favorite things about Linktree is how flexible it is. So some people use it to augment their existing web experiences, and some people I find will use it as their only sort of website online. So it'll be the way that you collect, if you're an influencer, for instance, and your focus really is to drive people to all of your content on your different platforms. I've seen a lot of influencers create Linktrees that are just, here's a link to my YouTube channel, here's my Snapchat, here is my TikTok, here is, et cetera, et cetera. And so people will sometimes use their Linktree like that. So in that way, I do think we can be a website alternative for folks who need something very simple. And if you need something broader, then you should continue using your website, and you can just incorporate Linktree into how you direct traffic to your website. So yeah, I would say our interest is not in creating a full-fledged website ourselves, because our focus is really conversion oriented. Our goal is to say, here's your space to put all of your focused content, and we want to make it really easy for your visitors to feel compelled to click on it. And I think philosophically, we fear that if we start creating an ecosystem that's too busy, we're going to get too far away from our core goal of helping people sell more, stream more, promote more online.
Where is your users from Latin America?
Far and away, the most Latin American users on Linktree are in Brazil.
Well, I like to finish with this is a very difficult time for people who really don't know how to start, how to make media content, how to put their audience, their clients into these new platforms. What is your value that you want to, tell people what they can use Linktree for now moment?
Forgive me if I'm repeating myself at all, but I do think the point to hammer home would for sure be that Linktree is your place to conduct business online. Whether you're in the business of, you're making crafts in your home, you're doing coaching, you're a musician, you're an artist, you're a creator, whatever. Linktree is the way for you to bring your business online. It's simple, it's easy, it's user-friendly, and it's built to convert users, to get them to do the stuff that you want them to do for your business. That could be a little bit vague, but I definitely kind of see that as the broad value proposition that something like Linktree brings to the table.
I always ask people on this podcast, I don't know if you can tell me about it. What was their first sale or the most meaningful to them? I don't know if you have this information, but I don't know if you can tell me about it, something from this start period of you guys.
Linktree started in earnest, I think, in 2016. I started in 2019, a little over a year ago. And for me, I think the biggest, kind of the first time I said, wow, I feel like we're really doing cool stuff and working with cool people. Where it really hit me was when we got Selena Gomez to sign up for Linktree. I reached out to her management, and it just felt like a shot in the dark. I would just try, see what would happen. I was sure they would ignore me because she's so big and so cool and all of this. And I was very excited they got back to me. We had a meeting, and then I spoke with her label, and we eventually got her signed up on Linktree. And now she is an active Linktree user. She's been using us for like 6 months now. And she's using us on Twitter, on TikTok, on her Instagram. And I think for me, that was the first time where I said, wow, really big people can also get value from Linktree too. And I think it inspired me to make sure that other big people knew about us as well and get them to sign up. And that was very exciting.
Yeah, it's a free version and it's a pro version. When you can, what's the benefits or getting pro?
The free version lets you add as many links as you want to your page. It lets you choose between a handful of different built-in themes. And it also gives you some very, very basic analytics. So especially for the entrepreneur who's just starting to figure out how they want to build their presence online, the free version definitely really does get the job done for a lot of people. And so if you're curious, I would absolutely recommend checking it out. Our pro version does quite a bit more in terms of customization, functionality, and data. So from a customization standpoint, you get to change your button styles and add a background image and all that stuff to really brand your online presence a little bit more. From a data perspective, you're able to use stuff like our Facebook pixel, for instance, to retarget and do advertising. And you're also able to get more insight into, which countries are driving traffic to your Linktree and which platforms are driving traffic to your Linktree. And then from a functionality perspective, it just gives you more in terms of you're able to schedule your links, for instance. You're able to embed YouTube videos and Twitch streams into your Linktree now. So there's a bit more under the hood experiences that you can create on the Pro tier. But yeah, both are super valuable, and I think that each can make sense depending on what your priorities are, what your budget is. It's normally only $6 US per month for Pro, so it's not too expensive if that's a commitment that you're looking to make. But yeah, thinking of my job and where I fit into Linktree, my goal is to mostly make sure that folks know about what we do and for them to decide what's right for them.
Right. Thank you so much for this interview, Jeremy.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for inviting me. It was so exciting to have you reach out. I'm glad that you enjoyed the webinar when you joined it the other day.
Yeah.
And
you guys are going to do more webinars?
Yeah, we're trying to do it every 2 weeks or every few weeks or depending. But yeah, definitely trying to do more of them. It's been great to see the reactions that we've gotten to them. And yeah, I think most enjoyable for me is getting to interact with more everyday users and see the questions they have and see what makes them curious, because it's just interesting to see how people experience Linktree in the world. It's humbling to find that so many people find it useful and are excited about it. And it makes me excited about kind of helping us continue to work towards creating features that our users will enjoy.
Muchas gracias si te quedaste hasta el final de este episodio, y recuerda buscarnos en todas las plataformas @miprimeraventa, y si te gustó, suscríbete a este canal.